Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and this is the second of the weekly updates or the vlogs. So someone suggested I should do a video of the stuff I do in between the main video stuff, because I'm quite often working on the cars and things and doing little bits and bobs, but not doing full video stuff. So if you saw on the last one, I was doing the bench, still waiting on the graphics to come through, but I have been doing some bits on a rocker cover and with the SR20 at the unit as well, so stay tuned for those. So the Build It TV t-shirt giveaway starts tomorrow morning, that's Tuesday morning, and all you have to do is go onto our Instagram, which is just here, and like the picture, subscribe to the channel, and share and tag some friends in it as well. So all the details are on there. Just head to the Instagram and that will show you everything you need to do, and that gets you one of these. And that gets for a chance for you and a mate to get a completely free Build It TV t-shirt for you, sent anywhere in the world, any size you want. Okay, so next up, one of the things to do is to get this SR that we took out of the 180, this is the SR-DE, SR20DE, and pop it onto a engine stand so it's out the way so we can just clear this area. I've already taken the auto box off, and I've taken the bell housing off of that because I want to keep that just in case we need it for the future, but the auto box can go. But we also have to get this torque converter off as well. Now, I can see that there are, you can see this, in here, there are 4 bolts that hold this in place. They're 14 mils, but they're an absolute nightmare to get to. It seems to imply that there's sort of a clearing that you can get through. I don't know if that means the starter one here. If it is, it's a very awkward angle, but we'll have a little look, see if there's any other way to get to it. So there was indeed a smarter way to do it. So rather than trying to go through the starter motor hole up here, underneath here, there's a little bracket that sits behind this bracket here, just held on by a couple of 10 mil bolts. With that out, you can actually get full socket and ratchet in there. So the next thing to do is whip these flywheel bolts off, because we're not going to be using this. This is just a crank wheel for the auto, and even the gear here is different when you go to a manual conversion. Obviously not doing a manual conversion today, we're just going to stick it onto the engine stand where it will sit probably for a year or so, but at least then we know which bits we do and don't need. So with that off, I'm going to pop that access hole cover just back on, because we won't need that again for the manual stuff. It goes on differently, and we'll hook up the engine stand. I'll show you a neat trick way of doing that that I see a lot of people not doing. Okay, so more than a couple of times I've seen some pretty famous YouTubers, I won't mention any names but you'll know who they are, who have been struggling with trying to sit the engine stand on the floor and line the bolts up using the engine crane to get it to sit in the right position. Now, yeah, I mean that works, but it takes a long time. Let me show you how I do it, which is much, much easier, which I'm sure how most common sense people thinking do it. So once we've got this all sat on the stand, we can then just drop the crane, and the whole thing is sat nicely on the engine stand. Ta-da! Nice easy way for one person to get it all on the stand without any hassle. Nice. So one of the things I'm doing this week is stripping down this valve cover to spray it, and the reason I want to spray out is test out the colours that I want to use on the RB26 covers for the 180SX. So I had this old one laying about, stripped it down with some nitro moss paint thinners and got as much of it off as I can and smoothed it down. So what I'm going to do is lay down some etch primer first of all, so we've got a nice prime coat and eat into the metal nicely. Then we've got a red going on, and then a bit of glitter, and then a lacquer over the top. So 4 stages all together. So now we've got a colour coat on here, what I'm going to do before we apply any lacquer is add a bit of this, which is Montana's holographic glitter effect spray. So I've never used it before, so wish me luck, and let's see what this looks like. So I've just sprayed the holographic, and it doesn't need a lot at all. I don't know if it shows up on camera very well, but you can see the speckles in there. And because it's holographic, it's sort of multicoloured. Get to see on the sides quite a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this inside so we get some real decent heat to bake overnight, and then we'll apply 3 or 4 coats of clear lacquer over the top to give it a real shine. So for the lacquer on this rocker cover, I initially used the Montana's Own stuff, but it actually gave a sort of a cloudy sort of finish. So what I ended up doing was going for this 2K wet look lacquer that I've used previously, and that worked really well to give it that nice gloss finish. Because you've got these flake in here, you really want to give it a good few coats of lacquer to thicken out on top of the flake and let that set. This has been set for about 4 days now, and as you can see, it gives a real good rainbow finish, especially in this LED light. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.
Yeah. Raising the Tobagos, we growing like fresh tomatoes. Them boys on fire, too fuego. We pass it round, hot potato. Everything is nuevo. I'm with my sweetie like Quavo. Need my cheese, need that queso. Need my bread, need that bank.